So we are back again, and in this session we are going to do some more successive differentiation questions. But before starting with the session, hope you have subscribed our channel so that we can bring more engineering content for you guys. So in the last session we were doing finding the nth derivative of rational expression and logarithmic functions. So now in this session we are going to begin with the question number 10th of that type only. So question number 10th we will take. So in question number 10th is as follow. The question number 10th tells if y equals to x square the whole upon x plus x minus 1 into x plus x plus 1 into x minus 2. So we want to find the nth derivative of this. So the first question you should ask is that whether this is a proper rational expression or not. Sorry, this is x cube. Okay, whether this is a proper rational expression or not. So it is not, it is improper rational expression. Improper rational expression. Okay, so what we can do after this, if it is improper rational expression, so if it is improper rational expression, we have to do one thing. We have to convert it into proper rational expression. What? We have to convert it into proper rational expression. Proper rational expression. Right? How we can do that? So we will divide it by this thing. We will divide this by this thing. So let me get the different color pen so that it can be more effective. Now, so we will do what? We will divide this by that number, right? So let's just modify the things. If we multiply both of them, what we can get? If we multiply this, what? X plus 1 into x minus 2, what we get? We get something x square minus x minus 2. Now let's divide the things in properly. X cube is there, we have to divide it by x square minus x minus 2. So first will be x. If we take x here, it will be x cube, then it will be minus x square, then it will be minus 2x, right? Minus plus minus. This thing will nullify. We will be left with x square. Sorry, this will be plus this will be plus 2x. Now what you can keep here? Plus 1. If you do plus 1, you will get x square minus x minus 2. What you can see here? Minus plus minus plus. So you will get finally what? 3x plus 2. So do we proceed after this? No. Now you can see that we cannot create. Okay, from here you can see here it is x and here the first term is x square. So we cannot create. Okay, here x. If we take 1 also, it will be x square. So we cannot create x from this x square. So we will stop here our division. So we can express x cube in the terms of these things using dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So we can express x cube as x plus 1 into x square minus x minus 2, dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. 3x plus 2 is our remainder. Now can we modify this? Do we know the roots of this? Yes, we know the roots of this. This is nothing but x plus 1 into this is nothing but x. What was this from? It was nothing but x plus 1, combination of x plus 1 and x minus 2. So we can write here x plus 1 and x minus 2 and then 3x plus 2, right? After this, what we have to do? After this we have to express resolving resolving. Now we need to first do what? We need to simplify the y, which was yx cube upon what? X plus 1 and x minus 2, right? We will put the x cube value which we got by dividing, which was nothing but x plus 1 into x plus 1 into x minus 2, the whole divided by x plus 1 into x minus 2. So what we will get? We will get nothing but, here you can clearly see these two terms will cancel out. Okay, sorry, here I forgot one term which was 3x plus 2, which was remainder. So if we simplify this term, here x plus 1 will be left, and here 3x plus 2, the whole upon x plus 1 into x minus 2 will be left. Now you can clearly see here that this is a simple equation, polynomial, and this is a proper rational expression. Do you agree with this? Yes, because the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. So we can proceed further. Now what we will do, our target will be resolving out of these two, okay, out of this first and second, which one will resolve? We will resolve the second one, because indeed it is in the form of rational expression, while this one is simple polynomial function. We can do its nth derivative very easily compared to this one. So let's resolve. So resolving 3x plus 2 the whole upon, what was the term? X plus 1 and x minus 2 into what? Partial fraction, into partial fraction. So if we resolve, what we are getting? So let 3x plus 2 the whole upon x plus 1 into x minus 2 will be equal to a upon x plus 1 plus b upon x minus 2. Do you agree with this? After this we will multiply throughout by x plus 1 and x minus 2. What we get? We get 3x plus 2 equals to a into x minus 2 and b into x plus 1. Now we will put the values and try to solve. So put x equals to 2. What we will get? This will become 3 into 2, 6 plus 2, and here it will be 0, and here it will be what? 3b. So our answer will be 8 by 3. B value will be 8 by 3. So we are getting B value here, therefore B will be nothing but 8 by 3. After this, what we will do? Put x equals to minus 1. The moment I put minus 1, this will become minus 1 only, right? And because 3 into minus 1 is minus 3 plus 2 is nothing but minus 1, and here our answer will be minus 3a, and here it will be 0. So we are getting a, therefore a equals to nothing but 1 by 3. So we got a value. We got we want to get the what v value we have. Minus 1 into minus 2 is minus 3, right? And here it will be what? 3 we have here. Okay, let me check. X equals to minus 1. Minus 3 is this x. So let me check. X minus 2 b x plus 1. If I put minus 1, this will become 0, right? And this will become minus 3. If I put here minus 1 and minus 3 plus 2, which will be nothing but 1 by 3. So we got the answer. Now let's substitute it in the equation which we had of y equal to nothing but x plus 1. This one will be as it is. Our target was to simplify this one, 3x plus 2 upon which we will write as minus 1, sorry, 1 by 3 into the whole upon what it was, x plus 1, plus we will write it 8 by 3 the whole upon x plus 2. Now we know the nth derivative formula for these two, and you know if I differentiate it 1, it will become, this will become 0 and this will become 1. If I differentiate it again, this will whole will become 0, so its nth derivative will surely be 0 only. So I'm not concerned with this one, I'm concerned with these two. Okay, so differentiating y with respect to x n times, what we can get if I differentiate. So yn will be nothing but 1 by 3, we will keep this outside, minus 1 power n into m plus n minus 1, which is 1 plus n minus 1 factorial into what it was, remember it was a power n, a is what, 1 power n the whole upon m minus 1, which is 1 minus 1 factorial into x plus 1 the whole upon m plus n, which is 1 plus n. Similarly we will do the nth derivative of this, which will be nothing but minus 1 power n 1 plus n minus 1 factorial into 1 power n the whole upon 1 minus 1 factorial into x plus 2 the whole power 1 plus n. So after this will be 0. Okay, so we are done with this. Hope you have understood each and every step. So the question was basically just that the difference was here was the division. Okay, the division thing, and which appeared due to improper rational expression. Now let's move on to the next question, but before moving with that, let's just switch the pen, because our new color will be more comfortable. So let's just move some. Okay, so the next question which we are going to, so the next question is as follow. Question is equals to, y equals to x power 4 the whole upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now how we will solve this? So the question is, first you have to check whether it is a proper rational expression or not. We have to find its nth derivative. So it is a improper rational expression. What we have to do, we have to divide. Okay, so y equals to x raised to 4 the whole upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 is an improper fraction before resolving it into partial fraction. We need to convert it into proper fraction. For that divide numerator x raised to 4 by denominator so we are going to divide x raised to 4 by x minus 1 into x minus 2. So first we have to simplify. X minus 1 into x minus 2 is actually what? It is nothing but x square minus 3x plus 2 after solving. And if I divide x raised to 4 by x square minus 3x plus 2, here we will multiply by x square, then it will become x raised to 4. This will become minus 3x cube and this will become 2x square, right? Minus plus minus. You will get here minus and here we will left with 3x cube minus 2x square. After this, what you can do here, you want 3x cube, what you will do? Multiply it with 3x, right? Then we can create 3x cube. So what we are getting here? We are getting here 3x cube minus 9x square, okay, plus 6x, right? So if you, the sign will change, positive, negative, this will cancel out, and here what we are left with, here it will be 7x square, right? 7x square, and here it will be minus 6x. So can we create 7x square? Yes, if I place here 7, so we will be left with 7x square minus 21x plus 14, right? And here it will be minus, positive, negative. So we are finally left with, this will become 15x and this will become minus 14. So we are left with this remainder, and this is our quotient, and this is our dividend, and this is our divisor. So we can express x raised to 4 using dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Thus x raised to 4 is nothing but what we can write it as, we can write it as x square minus 3x plus 2 into, we can write it as x square plus 3x plus 7 plus remainder was what? 15x plus minus 14. So if we simplify it further, we are left with x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x square plus 3x plus 7 plus 15x minus 14. Now let's substitute this value in place of x in y equation. So x raised to 4 upon x minus 1 upon x minus 2, this was, if I substitute x raised to 4 which I got after division, which is x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x square plus 3x plus 7. So what we can get, in the denominator we have x minus 1 and x minus 2, plus here it is one more thing, 15x minus 14. So this line will be extended. Now these two terms will cancel out in the first case, and we will be left with x square plus 3x plus 7, and in the next case it will be 15x minus 14 the whole upon x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now you can see this is a proper rational expression. This is a proper rational expression. What we can do, we will now here we have two equations. This one is 1 and this one is 2. Which one should we resolve? This one, because you know this is a simple polynomial equation, we can differentiate it n times easily, but this one we cannot differentiate. We will use nth derivative formula. For that we will resolve it. Okay, so let's resolve. So resolving resolving what? 15x minus 14 the whole upon what we have, x minus 1 x minus 2 into partial fractions. What we get if I resolve into partial fractions? Let 15x minus 14 the whole upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 each can be equal to a upon x minus 1 by partial fraction x minus 2. If I multiply throughout by this term, what we will left with 15x minus 14 is nothing but a into x minus 2 into b into x minus 1. Finally, what we will do? Put x equals to 2. What we get? 30 minus 14 should be equal to, this should become 0, which, and here we will be left with 2 minus 1, so here it will be only b only, and here it will be nothing but 16, so we got b value which is 16. Now put x equals to 1. If I put x equals to 1, we will be left with 15 minus 14 equals to minus a, and what we are getting, therefore a equals to nothing but minus 1. So let's substitute these values and get our final y equation. So our final y equation is nothing but that 15 minus 14 the whole upon x minus 1 into x minus 2, it is nothing but equal to minus 1 upon x minus 1 plus 16 upon x minus 2. Don't you agree? After this, what our final equation look like is this: x square plus 3x plus 7. This equation is 1, and this is minus upon x minus 1, and this is 16 upon x minus 2. Differentiating y with respect to x n times, we get, so if I differentiate it with respect to yn is nothing but this will, if I differentiate, it will become 0. Very simple, because its second derivative will be 2x plus 3, and after that the third derivative will be nothing but 2 only, and the fourth derivative will be 0. So reaching till 10th, it will, before reaching till 10th, it will become 0 only. So our main target is this one, which will be nothing but minus 1 power n into 1 plus n minus 1 factorial into 1 power n the whole upon 1 minus 1 factorial into x minus 1 the whole upon 1 plus n. Similarly, 16 will be as it is, plus here minus 1 power n into 1 plus n minus 1 factorial into what? 1 power n the whole upon into what we have here, minus 1 minus 1 factorial into x minus 2 the whole power 1 plus n. So we got this. So we are done with this question. Okay, hope you have understand each and every step properly. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is very important, and you need to do, okay, this question is quite different, that's why you need to keep a smart approach towards it. This question is x minus 4 the whole upon 3. Now the ways through which you can solve it, you can do the expansion, okay, x minus 4 expansion cubic. After that, then you can then you will come to know that the degree of the denominator is smaller than degree of denominator is greater than degree of denominator, so it is a proper rational expression. Okay, after that you can go with the simple approach which you used to do, that is, you can express x minus 4 as x minus 4 square and x minus 4 cube, and then solve it. But the process which we are going to solve it is quite different. We are going to approach it like this. So we are going to put Okay, in this type of question, when you have x minus 4 cube in the denominator, okay, what you have to do? You have to do like this: put x minus 4 equals to t. The moment you put it equal to t, you can write x as t plus 4. Okay, this step is very important. The moment if you do this substitute, your job will become easy. You will come to know this will be what, t plus 4 the whole square. This will be 2 into t plus 4 plus minus 5, sorry, the whole upon this I can write as t cube. Don't you agree? After this we will try to open the square, which will give me what? If I open the square, I am going to get t square plus 8t plus 16, 2t plus 8 and minus 5, the whole upon t cube. If you see, we are left with t square will be as it is. This will become 10t. This will become this will be plus 3 plus 16, which will end up giving me 19. So 19 upon t cube. If we simplify this, we are left with 1 by t, 10 by t square and 19 by t cube. Now what we can do? Resubstituting t value, we get what we are going to get if I resubstitute. Let me change the pen color. What red color will be better? So what we are going to get if I resubstitute, here it will be 1 upon x minus 4. Here it will be 10 upon x minus 4 the whole square, and here it will be 19 upon x minus 4 the whole cube. Now partially differentiate y with respect to x n times. What we are going to get? We are going to get something like this. This will be minus 1 power n into what? 1 plus n minus 1 factorial into 1 power n, the whole upon 1 minus 1 factorial into x minus 4 the whole upon 1 plus n. The second one will be nothing but 10 will be outside, minus 1 power n. Second 2 plus n minus 1 factorial, because this is m plus n minus 1, so here m you can see 2. M it is 2. Okay, the power of the x minus 4 is 2, so it m value is 2, and here 1 power n again, the whole upon m minus 1, which is 2 minus 1 factorial into x minus 4 the whole upon 2 plus n. And lastly plus 19 will be outside. This will be minus 1 power n into, here the m power is 3, m value is 3, so 3 plus n minus 1 factorial into 1 power n. A is still 1, the whole upon 3 minus 1 factorial into x minus 4 upon 3 plus n. So we are done with this problem also. Hope you have understand each and every step properly. So in the next session we are going to continue with some more problems, and the next session is probably going to be the end of finding the nth derivative of logarithmic and rational expressions. And in the last session we are going to take questions on logarithmic nth derivative of logarithmic expressions, and which are not means different. Okay, they are almost same. If you understand this, then just one step more will be add on, and that's it. So see you in the next session. Till then, revise the concept. Bye.